Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Brian Crombie Radio Hour on Saga 960 AM. I have the privilege of bringing you some interesting interviews with some people that I meet in life and find fascinating. One of the people that I've met that I think has a really interesting personal story is Katarina Rina May, and she is a recent immigrant to Canada a couple of years ago. She's traveled the world previous to that, and she's in fashion. She's been in fashion and interior design. She's been a fashion model. And she's got some interesting experiences from her travels around the world that I think she wants to share with us and some lessons learned. So, Katarina, how are you? Welcome to the Brian Crombie Radio Hour.
Hi, Brian. I am fine. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. So tell me, how did this interest in fashion begin?
My interest in fashion began when I was a really little girl. I have and also her clothes were passed on to me. Obviously, they didn't fit that perfectly, but I was able to adjust them to my liking. I think already at the time, I just learned that fashion is about creativity and being able to play with colors, emotions mostly because every Sunday, I couldn't wait to prepare my clothes for next week.
And where was it that you grew up?
I grew up in Slovakia, in Europe.
So Sunday was the big day to wear fashion.
Sunday was the biggest day for me. It was all about fashion and preparing clothes. But as I said, clothes wasn't usually new, but something I have to adjust to be able to wear it and feel good in it. Yeah.
And how did you begin your modeling career?
I began my modeling career at age of 14, which was pretty soon too. I was approached by a modeling agent in Slovakia to compete in a modeling competition there. I was lucky and I was actually selected. So I signed with an agency already at the time, and that led me to my new venture and my first photo shoot. I have a picture here.
Excellent. Can we see it?
I have a picture from that photo shoot. I was 14 and it's 1990. I still remember that butterfly feeling, which I had during that photo shoot.
And this was in Slovakia?
This was in Slovakia, yeah. And I still experience that kind of nervosity and kind of excitement in every photo shoot or fashion show I am doing. Yeah.
And you were saying that you were chosen because of your height.
I was mostly chosen for my height, and I have really long legs. So that's something but that time, actually, the modeling agency, they have very strict requirements for models. The height was the first, and then weight and measurements. And because of my long legs and height, I was mostly working for fashion shows. Yes. Not that much for campaigns or photo shoots.
And when we started chatting, you said the reason why you wanted to do this interview is you wanted to deliver a message to young girls and boys. What was that?
That message, the first is, I think, don't think that fashion is only about expensive clothes and quantity. It's about your creativity, or what do you want to say with your outfit. That's what I think is very.
I think I may have missed that. What's your message again?
My message to young girls and boys is that fashion is not only about expensive clothes or quantity, but about their creativity, about their passion and message or statement they want to send.
That's wonderful. Creativity, passion, and a message that they want to send. Well, we're chatting with Katarina Rina May and about fashion and about her career. We're going to take a break for messages and come right back. Stay with us.
I just didn't understand what you said in English. It's why.
Well, welcome back to the Brian Crombie Radio Hour. We're having an interesting chat tonight with Katarina Rina May, who is a fashion model from Slovakia, who's then started when she was in her early teens and competed and modeled on runways. And then traveled around the world and ended up recently in Canada. And so I think it's a fascinating story, and what she wants to do is deliver a message to young people that may want to get into fashion and or modeling. So Katarina, tell me, what was it like being a fashion model in your teenage years and young adult years? It must have been wild.
It was exciting, and in the same time it was crazy. It was really crazy. I didn't expect that, and I think nobody can really expect what is ahead of him without trying it, just without jumping into it.
Yeah, and who were some of the famous models that you modeled with?
I never modeled with real top models, but that was the era of top models.
Okay.
But we were pretty known, like Eastern European models were requested at that time because they knew us, they know that we are very disciplined and humble. So in 1990s, it was like a bunch of 20, 40 girls, which we were kind of famous, but not really the names you can know nowadays.
You were joking that we couldn't do this interview standing up because you wouldn't fit into the frame. You're so tall. Is that true?
Is that true? That is true. Yeah, that is true. And I have high heels, so we will not fit for sure.
What did fashion bring to your life, do you think?
Oh, wow. Incredible joy and real excitement. From before communist countries, so we were not able really to explore anything. So opening borders and being able to travel, that was for me the first and really main impact on me, and something what I carry till now through these days. I love to travel. I love to meet new people. I just learn about so many cultures. I learned
some of the countries you've traveled to and modeled in.
Most of Europe countries, France, Italy, Spain, and Asia and Africa at that time.
Oh, really?
Asia.
Africa? Where in Africa did you model?
Kenya, and it's middle of Africa, and Zanzibar, and some of the countries, North countries, Egypt and Morocco.
And is modeling still part of your life?
It is still part of my life. Luckily, I was lucky enough, even in my age, being able to walk last year for some fashion shows here in Toronto, which I was, and I'm still very proud of. So yeah, it is still part of my life. It is part of my life, me being still active in it, and my daughters being involved.
Your daughters are involved. You've gotten them involved too. Fantastic.
They got them involved by themselves.
And what suggestions do you tell your daughters when they're going up on stage?
They mostly enjoy it. Be yourself, enjoy it, and pay respect to those who gave you a job, who you work for, and who you work with. That's maybe the most important thing.
Do you have a personal style?
My personal style, I think I have. My personal style is distinguished what I hear from my friends. But I think, in my opinion, it's pretty simple. My personal style is simple. I just love to collect really interesting pieces, vintage pieces, and mix match them. I have so many pieces which are 20 years old, and when I wear them out, everybody is, wow, it looks good. What is it? How is it? And I don't even the name, because it's not about the name. It's just the way I take care of it and the way I carry it, I think. So it's very hard. You can see me really in designer clothes, but nowadays head to toes. It's not really what inspires me, but I am not really in this kind of presentation of fashion or my style.
When you're chatting with aspiring models, young people that want to get into the fashion business, what are some of the questions that they ask you?
The first question what they ask, how can I start? That's really the base. How can I get into it? And I think it's weird because nowadays everything is on internet, on social media. Just do your homework, do your research. It means look what is around your area. Who do you know from fashion? If somebody can connect you with someone, and do really good research about agencies or agent who can represent you. In my opinion and in my experience, having really good agent, it's crucial.
What are some of the personal tips you would provide to people?
Be on time.
Be on time. Really, that's one of the ones.
That's the big one. And respond on your emails, on your messages, respond on your calls in timely manner. It's your job. You are looking for a job. You are looking to start work. Just you have to be there for those people. And it makes impact. If you do those two things, it's just something it shows your hunger to go ahead with those people. And your respect. That's something that I think is very important.
Be on time, have respect.
Yeah, like I have 3 words. It's loyalty, passion, and respect. And I'm passing those to my daughters, and usually new talents or people interested in fashion who are willing to listen to me.
Sorry, what were they again, the 3?
Loyalty, passion, and respect.
I'm sorry, I still didn't get the first one.
Loyalty.
Loyalty.
Yeah, you see loyalty, loyalty.
Loyalty, passion, and respect. Sounds great.
Yes.
And do you have a personal message to people that might be listening to you?
Who are interested in fashion? Yeah, my personal message is, most of all, I think you should really look for what is special about you, what is unique about you. And just remember, every one of us is different. And especially anyway,
be unique,
and then don't let anyone to tell you that is different or to point out something what you are not sure. It's okay, it's you, and it's the way you just present it, and you just go for it. If you feel it, you go for it.
If people want to follow you on Instagram, what's your Instagram name?
Dragon Stilettos.
Dragon Stilettos.
Yes.
Excellent. And if people want to contact you, is that the best way? Is just follow you on Instagram?
Maybe better place, it's Facebook. I am more active on Facebook, but still I respond on both.
And Facebook is Katarina Rina May?
Yes.
Excellent. Well, Katarina Rina May, thank you so much for joining us on my show. I really appreciate it. It's been a pleasure getting to know you, and the 2 fashions that you've exhibited tonight were both stunning. So thank you so much. And I look forward to see you in a fashion show sometime.
Thank you very much, Brian. Have a nice evening.
Have a nice evening yourself.
Thank you. You too.
Good night, everybody.